Oh, okay, server's open. I
That's
know you're
good.
having
I
audio
haven't.
issues last time. Did you figure that out, or?
I mean, I've been trying to. Um, I guess you could, if you have the stream open, I guess you could listen to me talking and tell me, because I just
True.
noticed that when I was talking in the VOD before, I was really distorted, and I didn't like that.
I'm gonna mute myself for a sec and just listen to you if you want to just talk for a bit.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
tell me
fine.
about your plans.
It's
Tell me about your plans for the server today. How's that?
Yeah, I had some plans to keep building some things that I had started with the world edit and stuff. Like that big ravine and stuff, and make like a bridge going over it. Right now my voice is just kind of
Yeah, you sound good on my thing. I can hear you proper on the stream.
I mean, if you say so, because it's more the fact that before you were a lot quieter than I was. It was like you would say something at like a normal volume, and then I would be like, it would sound like I was on Xbox Live,
Oh
really
goodness,
loud. It was really obnoxious way. So
doesn't sound like that to me, but you know, it could be.
I guess, well, to my ears at least, it was super obvious. So if it's not like that now, it's probably better because I have adjusted it and stuff.
Yeah, no, it sounds good.
Okay. What about, was the sound quality okay?
Yeah, no, it sounded good.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be like muffled either.
Yeah, no, it sounded good from when I was listening to it for a few seconds.
Okay, that's good then. In that case, I'm gonna just start the game.
Okay, cool. I'm already in. So whenever you're ready, I am gonna work on the snowman cave today. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, I'm glad we could stream again. I don't know, I really like streaming with you. It's really fun. Especially on this like Minecraft world we have going.
Yeah. I guess that see through Windows didn't quite work on Minecraft. Maybe I'm sure it'll work for other games at least.
Ah, I'm sorry. That's too bad.
So I'm probably still gonna have to open the stream on my phone for today. But it's not really a big deal.
Okay. I can try to keep an eye on it too.
Yeah, I want to. It should be fine. It's just sometimes I feel like the chat doesn't update in real time.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to reset it. So then I might miss messages that are coming in. So that's a little annoying. It seems like everything kind of just wants me to play Minecraft windowed. It's just I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah. But you were talking about Half-Life.
Yeah, I was just saying I've never played Half-Life, but I have it because I have like all the Half-Lives because they were on sale. I think you said Half-Life 2 is free right now.
It
I have
is.
Black Mesa, which is the remake of Half-Life 1, so I started playing that today. I've not played very much. I played like an hour maybe, but I've enjoyed what I played so far. I got stuck a few times, but that's mainly just because there was one part where like there was some glass that shattered and you're supposed to walk through where the glass was, and for whatever reason, I thought there was still glass there. I didn't realize I could walk through it. I was like a bird, you know. Um,
Yeah.
You're a reverse bird.
yeah, it's the reverse bird. Yeah, whereas like actually, yeah, you're right. That's the reverse. Where like I thought there was glass there and there wasn't. Um,
Yeah, I would. If you haven't already, I would recommend just grabbing Half-Life 2 while it's still free.
I thought I did because I had like all the things. Like if I look up Half-Life,
You probably did.
yeah, I have Half-Life 2. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying it so far. I don't know. I've always liked like the Source engine stuff.
Yeah, I like the Source engine. Have you ever played or heard of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
It's basically just an old RPG where you play as like a vampire. There's like different kinds of vampires, and
Okay.
it's kind of funny because there's different types, different like races of vampires you can be, and one of them you can be as basically like Nosferatu type vampire. And
That's cool.
if you pick that one, you basically like can't be seen in public. You have to like play the game like basically like avoiding like all NPCs.
That's interesting.
So you become like you have to play it as like a gremlin man or gremlin woman. Because
Yeah.
a lot of it's like a more like modern vampire aesthetic where it's like you're like sort of they're all like hang out in nightclubs and stuff like that. It's very like Blade or something like that.
Yeah.
And very very 90s because it's like it came out in the 90s, but like you can just be a Nosferatu and you have to, and basically like if anyone sees you, basically like any other vampire type can blend in. If you're not Nosferatu type, you cannot blend in like at all.
I see.
But
That's funny.
I was just going to mention that because that game is actually made on the Source engine, which I
Oh,
think is really interesting. Because
Yeah.
it's not made by Valve or anything, but it is the Source engine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in the Source engine. I mean, Stanley Parable's a good example.
Oh, Stanley Parables, and it's I guess that makes sense. It seems like the kind of game
Yeah.
that would be, to be honest.
I mean, the original is. The remake isn't, but
Oh, the remake. So
Part of that.
so they actually like remade it.
it's an interesting case. So, I mean, I won't spoil it because it's interesting. I'm not gonna say much about it, but it's like saying whether or not they remade it is a spoiler somehow.
Is it? I don't remember that part.
The Stanley Parable. There is a remake question mark of it.
I mean, I think I know what you're talking about, but I thought you might mean that they literally rebuilt it in a different engine.
They did, kind of.
Okay.
Again, I can't say too much. I do apologize because like there's some interesting things that happen in the thing to do with it being
Yeah.
a remake or not being a remake.
I know.
But-
I mean, I've played that remaster, but I guess if maybe you
Oh,
don't
you
want to
have?
spoil it for other people.
Okay, no, I apologize. I didn't realize you played it.
No, but I could understand if someone was watching this, they don't want to get spoiled about it.
Yeah.
Right. I have played that, and I really liked what they did. It kind of
Yeah.
because without saying too much, it starts out like it's just the same game with all the endings that were in the original game, and then it starts to change, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I really liked it.
After you do a couple of playthroughs. That's a great streamer game. That's a very popular streamer game. Is the Stanley Parable.
Yeah. Okay, one of my favorite streams. I told you about Germa before. Like Germa streams are pretty great. But one of my favorites was the Stanley Parable stream, partially because there was a part where, in the Stanley Parable remake, it directs you to a website, and the website was like would have footage of streamers playing the game, and in it, like Germa convinced the person on the website to like put a spider in his mouth, like a fake spider, like a PNG spider. It was weird. It was really weird. It makes more sense it makes less sense when I say it like that.
Right.
But don't worry. He was just he's eating spiders like you do,
As you do.
as you do. Very average
And-
Germa stream.
I know we were when we were playing like web fishing or something. We were referencing the broom closet ending.
Yeah. Okay, no, you do. Okay, my bad. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I actually own. Well, I mean, actually on Steam, I just own the original one because I played the original one first, but I played the new version on the Switch.
I didn't know it was on the Switch.
It is, yeah. It's a really cool game to be on the Switch.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
yeah,
I
no,
still have
it is not
the
the Source
original
Engine.
one.
Yeah, it is not the Source Engine though. Surprisingly, it is made to look like the Source Engine, but it's not, which is very silly.
Right. I think yeah, I think I get what you mean. Well, I mean, it's funny that we're playing Minecraft, although they actually kind of took that out.
Yeah, no, they used to be in there. Don't they have like I think it's Firewatch now or something? I forget.
It's I remember there was a part where, well, obviously like kind of a spoiler for an Easter egg in the game, but there was a part where they were playing like
I think it's
Rocket League.
kind of okay as long as we give a spoiler warning. I think it's kind of okay. As long as we gotta be careful if someone new comes in.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there was a part they were doing Rocket League, if I remember that right.
Yeah, no, the new I know it's in the I don't know if that was in the original one, but in the new one at least they had Rocket League. I never played the original, but I remember I watched somebody like back in the day.
I played a little Rocket League. I think it's okay, but it kind of gets old after a while.
I meant the Stanley Parable. I haven't played Rocket League.
Oh, well, Stanley Parable. I don't think Stanley Parable really gets old, although it depends. You have to be in the right mood for it, I guess.
You gotta finish it. I mean, or like you can finish it. Is what I'm saying. Like, okay. I mean, like a game like Rocket League, like there's games that have like replayability. You know, like there's like games where you like have a fighting game, right? Like or a racing game. You know, versus like something like a story-driven game where you generally play it one time.
Yeah.
Or more, depending on how it's built. You know. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm definitely in the mood to make like a high-tech lab because I was playing Half-Life and they had a high-tech lab, and I was like, ooh, this makes me think of like an SCP like containment facility.
Yeah, it's very like that. I always felt like there was some similarities with Halo as well, because Halo has like the reveal of like the flood and everything.
Yeah, yeah. No, you like that. Okay, I played Halo with my one friend. We like played the collection, you know, and that was very fun. We've only played the first one. We need to play the other two. I think there's a few more than two. But...
Yeah, there's a bunch now, but I would be open to playing Halo with you as well.
That'd be fun, yeah. Okay, I remember we played the Cursed Halo. That was fun.
You can do it like up to 4 people.
Okay.
In campaigns.
Yeah, I really liked how there was a feature where you could like switch back and forth between the old graphics and the new graphics. I thought that was so cool. I want more games to have that.
Yeah, I know that new, like newish like Tomb Raider trilogy remaster has that in it. You can switch.
I remember one of my favorite like there's a game on the Switch called Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Curse, I think. And it's a remake of like an old Mega Drive game that's like very simplistic, but they like remade it over top. So it emulates the original game, but then over top it puts like a hand-drawn remake art style, and it looks super good. And I love the music in it. But I like want more things like that where they like have an older game, but then they like oh yeah, but like one of the things is during gameplay you can just hit the shoulder button to switch back and forth between, because it's just emulating the game behind the scenes, you know. So you can just turn on the like Mega Drive graphics versus the hand-drawn graphics. And of course, you want to play the hand-drawn graphics, but it's just cool to see it.
Yeah.
It like makes you appreciate it more because like you're running around and like in the hand-drawn graphics, it's like, oh, there's a beach and there's like a bunch of background scenery, you know, and like all this stuff is like made to look kind of like an environment. And then you switch to the Mega Drive graphics and it's like a repeated tile over and over again, you know, and you can see
Yeah.
like the amount of creative work that went into it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I really like it when they do stuff like that. Like, I really appreciate like a really good remaster or collection that has some features, and I think it helps to like not act like you're like replacing the original. Like, it's more like a 2-in-1 sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's some of the best types of remasters when they have like both, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not always possible, but when it is, I think it's great, you know. Yeah. I don't know. Can you think of any good like remakes or remasters that you've played?
Maybe. I'm not sure. At the moment,
I was playing
but I know
the-
there's.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm sure I could think of something, but what were you gonna say?
I mean, I played a few, but somewhat recently. There's a really good remake of Metroid Prime 1 on the Switch, which is really interesting
yeah.
because I always considered Metroid Prime 1 to not need a remake, because it just looks so good on the GameCube, and it still does. But the remake's
does.
also really good on Switch.
Yeah, that remake looks really nice. That might actually be like the best looking Switch game somehow.
It really is, yeah. No, like at the very beginning, like in Town Overworld, you can like it's raining and you can like look up and like the water droplets will like land on Samus's arm cannon and then like dribble down it, which is so cool. I love it.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Okay, there's like this thing where people are like, oh, the Switch is like underpowered, and it's like a last gen console, and it is. But at the same time, like, you could do so much. Like people. I mean, as a developer, you know, like, oftentimes, like, power is taken for granted. You know, where like, I just think about like you could make such good looking things on like hardware if you know what you're doing and you put the right amount of time into it. It's just that like a lot of like larger companies don't want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Like Metroid Prime 1 on the game. I mean, there's always the thing of Wind Waker because Wind Waker is very stylized, and then they did a really good job with the art style. It still looks amazing. But I always like to bring up Metroid Prime 1 because that game goes for a realistic art style, you know, and it still looks amazing. And it's particularly because the I mean, I think it's because of a few things. I think it's because one, they don't focus on human characters, which helps. And two, and two, they just have like a lot of attention to detail, you know. And a lot of like little optimization tricks that help keep it from being a lag fest.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just think it's cool.
I really need to play that remaster. It's Metroid Prime 1 is the only Metroid Prime I have played, but I played it like on GameCube when it was new.
Yeah, I remember playing that with my friend as a kid. He had it at his house, and we would
Yeah.
like. I've done
Yeah, I think
the
they-
randomizer for a bunch. Go ahead.
What did you say?
I just said I've done the randomizer for it a bunch. For
Yeah,
Metroid Prime.
randomizers are really cool.
Like the Metroid Prime randomizer is awesome. Me and my friend have like done a bunch of runs of it. the Metroid Prime randomizer has co-op, so you could both do the randomizer at the same time. Well, you're not in the same world, but like you can get items for each other, if that makes sense. So like,
sounds a lot of fun.
if you and me are doing it, like I could find your double jump, right? And you could find my like power beam, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I know Wind Waker randomizer is a very popular one.
Yeah, I played that one too. That one's fun. One of the things I like about randomizers as well, is that they oftentimes put the game world in like I've always considered Wind Waker, like I adore Wind Waker, and part of me's always been like, I feel like if they just like allowed you to do things in like slightly out of order, like it would honestly like fix any issues I have with the game. And the randomizer does that, you know, like it opens up the world, which I think is cool.
That's good.
I say issues I have with the game. I love Wind Waker. I specifically mean like, I think Wind Waker's at its best with the sailing when you're given free reign over like exploration rather than just going point A to point B, you know. Which you could definitely do in the original game, but that's one of the things I like about the randomizer, is that you can like, you know, just focus on it.
Yeah. I think they did show a little bit of gameplay from Metroid Prime 4.
They did, or yes, they did. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that. That one's been a long time coming.
Yeah, well, because
know
they
about that, right?
restarted it and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Part of me, I mean, I think a lot of people are like this. I've always been curious, like, what exactly it looks like that they felt they needed to restart it. It just makes me, I'm just curious, you know, more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I hope all that information comes out one day, because it seems like they were really unhappy with it. But I respect the fact that they were willing to basically start from scratch, even though it lost them a bunch of money, just because they knew that the game had to be right.
Yeah, no, I'm very up for that. I mean, I'm sure you aware of Metroid Other M?
Yeah, and how infamous it is, and the sort of character assassination going on.
Yeah, we
in
talked
that
about that
game.
before.
Yeah, we talked about it. We've talked about it a little bit. Just the fact that Samus is like a lot more. I'm not sure the right word. Like less independent.
Yeah. No, she's definitely like. I mean, the biggest issue I have with it is that, I mean, it just doesn't. Like one of the defining things of Metroid for me is the isolation, right? Like you play as Samus and she's all by herself, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that's not like there's like Metroid Prime 2 has like a couple NPCs in it, right? But it's more like Dark Souls NPCs where you like encounter them, but they kind of like, you know, they're off in their own little pockets, you know. And to me that helps
Yeah.
with the atmosphere. And in Metroid Other M, that's one of the things that's missing. Among other things, there's a whole heap of issues with that game, but yeah. No, I do hope that Metroid Prime 4 is like lives up to the hype. I try not to hype myself up too much for games because I don't like being let down. You know.
Yeah, I get that,
Um,
especially with some modern games.
It is still fun to like speculate and be a bit hyped though. Part of my thing too is just I have so many games in my backlog that I don't really need to like be on the edge of my seat for a new game to come out, you know? Because like
Yeah.
I have like 10 billion games I still want to play that I haven't played yet. Like Half-Life. hadn't played
Yeah.
until now.
We should I think we should definitely play more Baldur's Gate 3.
I would like
Whether-
that, yeah.
Whether we continue the one we were doing or start
Portal.
over.
Where you saying, Abby?
I haven't played Half-Life, but I also haven't played Portal.
Ooh, we should play Portal together. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, Portal does have co-op, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, Portal co-op would be fun. I remember
Yeah, it
I
does.
did
It
that
has
with
like a
Portal
proper
fun.
co-op. At least Portal 2 does.
Yeah.
Unless there's
I
like
love how long.
a way to
Oh, yeah,
do it, play co-op in the actual like single player campaign.
There's like a multiplayer campaign that's like separate to the single player campaign.
I know,
Um,
but yeah, I know. There's a proper one where you're like two robots.
yeah.
I remember people used to
I mean,
play that.
I don't think it really makes sense to do the single player campaign because it's a multiplayer or because it's a puzzle game, you know? I feel like it would kind of mess up a lot of the puzzles, unfortunately.
That's a good point. It would make them way too easy.
Yeah, because like if we had an extra pair of portals, like pretty much all the puzzles would be very easily solved.
Yeah, you would have to basically rework every single level, and at that point you might as well just make Portal free, which I hope they do
Yeah.
one day.
I do remember that I played a community mod that's like a sort of Portal 3, where the gist of it is you have a third portal that takes you back in time, which was kind of interesting. I liked that.
That does sound
Um,
very wacky.
Yeah, so in particular, there's like 2 versions of every area that you're in, and the third portal takes you between those 2 versions. And your portals, like if you make a portal in the past, then it's there in the present. But if you make a portal in the present, it's not there in the past. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I love Sonic CD.
Yeah, it's Sonic. You're right, it is Sonic CD. That there. That reminds me of the Sonic 1 stream you did way back when.
Yeah, that was
That was-
definitely a while ago.
Yeah, that was a
Not
fun
on this
stream.
channel.
It's all good.
Well, I mean, it is on this channel if you're on Twitch.
Yeah, you're posting to a different channel now, right? Than you were before.
Yeah, although that VOD isn't up anymore, but I think it is still up on the other channel, but it might be unlisted. But I didn't remove it. I unlisted some older streams that were on YouTube, but I didn't delete them, so with the link you can still watch them.
Yeah.
And I think there was some VODs that I put on Patreon because they were going to expire on Twitch.
Yeah.
I think the Sonic 1 stream, the one where I was playing through Marble Zone for 2 hours. That one's on Patreon. I would
Yeah.
think maybe I should make some clips out of that or something.
Yeah, those would be good clips to have because, like, I remember that was a very interesting stream.
Yeah.
You persevered through that really well.
Yeah,
like-
basically what I discovered about Marble Zone is that if you play it as Knuckles, it's actually really good.
I can
It
see
somehow
that. Yeah.
feels like tailor-made for Knuckles, even though he didn't exist for another 2 games. It
No, I can see
just
that.
playing as Knuckles like fixes the entire thing. Just being able to like glide forward. So it's actually not a badly designed level. It's just a badly designed level for Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not built around Sonic physics. That's the whole issue with it. Like, it'd be a
Yeah.
fine Mario level, even. You know, that's like one thing I always think. Is like, I mean, probably substandard Mario level, but it'd still be a fine Mario level. You know, it's particular that you have
Yeah.
like slidey Sonic, who like is not meant to be in a small container.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gets worse later on when you get into Labyrinth Zone, where you actually are doing sliding around,
Yeah.
down slides and stuff.
Yeah. I haven't played a ton of Sonic. I love Sonic Mania. That was my jam.
Sonic Jam.
Sonic Jam. Is that a thing?
Yeah. I think Sonic Jam was like a Sega Saturn game. It's very low poly. I love how it looks. There's some mods for Sonic Adventure 1 that make the models look like Sonic Jam. Maybe if you
Yeah,
just
I do love the way
maybe if you just
No,
like
go ahead.
look up Sonic Jam, you can see like what it looks like. It's very pointy.
Sure. Let's see. Oh, I have seen this before. Yeah.
Yeah. There was also a game they were going to make, which was originally going to, like, the game that eventually became Sonic Adventure. They were going to make a game called Sonic Extreme, which was really weird looking, and it's hard to describe. Maybe if you look up a picture of that, it's like...
I think I know. I've seen a video on this, I think. But
It has a really strange, like, perspective, where it's, like, in this sort of, like, bubble. Everything...
Yeah.
It looks really disorientating. I can't imagine playing it.
No, it's interesting. Like, I mean, around the advent of 3D, there's like a lot of like people didn't know it worked yet, I guess. And so like, oh, 3D. Like, what if the character had a fisheye lens?
Yeah, fisheye lens. That's what it is. It's a very strange choice. I know I did do a Sonic Adventure 2 stream one time. Although it would be nice to do that again, do like a better version.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I showed you some of
I'd
that game.
Yeah, I'd be up to watch that because like I don't know too much about that game.
Yeah. But talking about like good remasters, it seems like Shadow Generations is a really good remaster.
Is it? That's good. That makes me happy because I know they've had a track record of very bad remasters lately, and so that's good to hear.
Yeah, well, you're right because Sonic Colors Ultimate was a thing.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was thinking
that
of.
broken
And I've
like,
heard that one was terrible.
yeah. But it
Did they,
seems like
add,
Sonic is having a little renaissance right now.
Good, yeah. Did they add like a bunch of bugs to that one?
Yeah, I
like that?
think so. And they like changed the music, and it's like a lot of little things.
Yeah. I know there's also, I think it's Sonic Adventure, one of the Sonic Adventures, like the original ones, has like a remaster that people don't like. Something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, so basically they were originally Dreamcast games, and Sonic Adventure 2 was actually I think the last Dreamcast game, or at least the last one made by Sega. And so the first Sonic Adventure got a remaster for GameCube called Sonic Adventure DX, like Director's Cut.
Okay.
Where they changed a bunch of things because they also put Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube in the form of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which added like a multiplayer aspect, and that's how I played that game for the first time. So they made Sonic Adventure DX for Sonic Adventure 1, and basically they changed all of the models from the Dreamcast models to make it look more in line with Sonic Adventure 2, and then basically removed a bunch of stuff that was in the Dreamcast version that's just sort of missing.
Weird.
And I think it's actually like a bit buggier somehow, and it just it's not something you'd really notice. I think you could play DX and have a perfectly decent time, but like if you're aware of the differences, it is really different. And
Yeah.
What's interesting is that the version of the game on Steam is DX, but people have made like Dreamcast conversion mods, and
fascinating.
So now the PC version is basically the definitive way to play it because you can basically have the best of both worlds. You can basically have like all the Dreamcast content restored and still keep the DX models if you want, if you prefer how they look.
That's cool. I don't know. I always really like community mods like that like take something that is like people have issues with and just fix it. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 1 modding is huge. It's actually like so old as well because I remember like a very years and years and years ago when people used to do videos on YouTube being like, here's how you like make like custom texture for Sonic and Sonic Adventure, and it's like it's literally like someone just opening like it's not even a texture file, it's like a PNG in the game files of Sonic's textures, and then they like open it in like MS Paint and start calling them green, and then put them in the game, and it's like now Sonic is green, and I remember I saw that and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I love that. I love that so much.
So it's only gotten more sophisticated since then.
There's something I like adore about like there's like a lot of like things to be said about like I don't know, quote unquote cringe culture and all that. Like I love that people are like enthusiastic about things. I think that is super cool. You know? Like
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of like fear of sincerity that people have. And I love sincerity. It's like so good. I love when people are just unabashedly like, you know, like this is my Sonic. There are many like him, but this one is mine. He's purple. I don't know. I just appreciate that.
Yeah, because it was just like a recolor, but to me it was like amazing. I think that might be the first time I even saw like a mod for a game.
Yeah.
And because you could color like there's a different texture for when Sonic is in the spin dash mode, or like when he's jumping, when he's a ball, and so people could like color that differently from the model, and it's like, oh, this is my original character. It's Sonic, but he's green. But when he does a spin dash, it turns like purple.
I do really appreciate that.
And I was like, wow, it's like a whole other character.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, we were talking about that thing where you can type like your name and then add the hedgehog.
Yeah.
And you always find there's always like there's a hedgehog for everybody, basically.
There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yeah. I'll take a look at where you're at so far. Take a break.
I mean, I've just been building dirt, basically.
Ooh. Oh, this looks very cool. Like you're like expanding the ravine almost.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could have done it way more efficiently, but I really only used World Edit for some of it, just because, I don't know.
That's okay. I mean,
Oh, lightning.
I think.
Lightning struck
what?
somewhere.
Oh,
There
wait,
was-
it is interesting that. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, just lightning struck somewhere.
It is interesting that Minecraft treats lightning as it treats the snow as rain. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can get that in real life where it's like snowing and lightning.
Oh,
Are
really?
you're spectating me now?
No, specifically, I wanted to carve out some paths.
Oh.
Like it's easier to do that if you're in spectator mode, because I'm like carving out tunnels, and so I'm flying around and like.
Yeah, so you can like see like out of bounds and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I think that is a real thing. I think you can get like snowstorm, like, well, snowstorms, not like a snowstorm, but like a storm while it's snowing. because a snowstorm is a different thing. But I think you can actually get thunder and lightning while there's snow.
I mean, the thunder and lightning are based on whatchamacallit? They're based on like friction between clouds, right? So I'd imagine that could come from any type of cloud.
Right. I don't think I knew that.
It's something like that. I mean, they're like. I mean, does that sound about right? Yeah, it's like something with like the clouds have like a lot of friction. Like I mean, lightning is basically just like a dramatic version of when you like rub your feet on the carpet, and it builds up static electricity.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
touch doorknob.
It's just in a general case when there's like a lot of, I don't know, like clouds rushing between a point and another.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like there's like a thing that the more electricity you have, or like the higher, I think it's the higher voltage, the farther it will jump. Like the more it wants to. It's like voltage in particular. Sorry, I'm gonna go to my. I am a dropout, but I did take some of those classes. So I remember that voltage is specifically a measurement of difference in electrical potential, right? So like you have two
Yeah.
spots that have like when you have something that's 15 volts, it's 15 volts in relation to zero, in relation to another spot, right? So like it's a measurement of potential. So like it's like high water pressure and low water pressure, right? And the thing is, the bigger that potential difference is, the more the more energy it can expend trying to close that difference, which is what causes something like a Tesla coil, where like they pump a bunch of electricity through a coil and it can jump through the air. Which is also how it works with lightning. Like it gets to such a high level of charge that it can, that the air like doesn't have enough resistance to stop it. Which is cool.
Yeah. Also, I like your
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, did you see that?
Black concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I can like inset it into the wall a bit, and then it kind of looks like a real TV, like a flat screen. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna keep working on my underground thing.
Yeah, so today is Thanksgiving, isn't it?
It is, yeah, actually. We're not doing much food. I mean, we don't even have much food in the house right now. We're like waiting for our next paycheck to come through. So.
That's fair.
We don't really. I mean, I don't know. It's like it's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I usually forget that it's a thing since it's not something we have.
Yeah, it's a weird holiday. I mean,
It has some weird origins, but I guess it's fair to say it's pretty separate from it now.
It is, yeah. No, it is fair to separate that. At the same time, it's just like I don't know. I guess I'm not like too big on like eating a bunch of food. I don't know. I don't like how I feel when I'm like really full, you know.
Yeah.
And like at least in like for me in the past, there's been like a lot of pressure at Thanksgiving to just eat a lot of food, you know. It's like I
understand.
I just yeah.
I do like that kind of food though.
Food is okay. Like one thing I've been craving because it's around Thanksgiving is rolls, right? Like freshly baked rolls.
Yeah.
I love rolls. They're really tasty.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I'll make like a. Oh, okay. I have an idea. I have an idea. Because I want to make end rod. End rod, and then maybe a lightning rod. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about this last time, but like, I love how you can just be creative with like, how you build things in Minecraft. It is called
Yeah.
creative mode.
Like making furniture, like the fact that the game doesn't have furniture forces you to get creative in making things look like furniture or other things.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, I'm trying to make like wall capacitor looking things. They look kind of high tech. So I'm trying a few different things. Doing okay so far.
Is there a way to like attach rope to a fence, or did I make that up?
There kind of is. So you can specifically you can lead an animal, right? If you're holding a lead. Okay, so let me up to where you are.
Well, I mean, I guess I wanted to see if I could attach it from one fence to another.
You can't quite do that, at least not without some trickery.
Yeah, but it's probably just gonna have to be a normal fence or something else.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could also. There's a few things you could do. You could use chain almost, although it doesn't look quite right. Oh,
Chain
okay.
works.
Okay, actually, I have an idea. I have an idea. Do you know what the debug stick is?
No.
So there's an item called the debug stick. Here, I'll give you one. And what you can do is you can use it to change the properties of an item.
Oh. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Like
I'm
this.
doing some
See?
witchcraft right now.
Yeah. So I could do this, and then make it look like it's connected to the chain.
Oh.
So you left click to change which property you're changing, and then you right click to change the property. It's like for this one, you want to, I think, it to be set to, yeah, like that.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe this should lead to the castle.
Yeah.
It's getting covered in snow, but I thought about maybe giving it like a little roof. Sometimes bridges have like
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah.
I think
you
it's also
can't
fine.
hear it, but
it looks fine
you can't hear it, but there's like Mario 64 music playing.
That's good music for this. Yeah, let me get some stairs. We still need to do that Mario 64 co-op stream. I think that'd be fun. If you're still up for that.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good idea, assuming Nintendo doesn't come for me.
They won't. I mean, like the thing about like that is that there's way bigger streamers that do it, and they'll come after them before they ever come after you. So
Yeah. Well, that one guy that got in trouble for like streaming like new Switch games that like weren't out yet. Even that guy got
feel-
away with it for like years before they finally did something about it.
yeah, and I feel like that
he
guy.
had-
I
he
mean, that
literally,
kind of
like-
thing in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking for it if you do that. I'll be honest. Like, there's a difference between
Well,
like
apparently he literally like emailed them, basically like gloating about the fact that they can't stop it. They can't stop him from doing it.
yeah, that's dumb. Don't do that.
So he basically like telegraphed it to them. Because the
I-
thing
I-
about
I don't get
Nintendo,
that.
the thing about Nintendo is they're very litigious, but they're also not super great at using the internet.
They're really
So
not.
it's
Yeah.
like the one thing you needed to do was just not like tell them.
Yeah. No, I mean that person had it coming. Then I'll be honest. I have no sympathy for that. But I do have like.
I think well, the thing is,
yeah?
they were. I think in the email they were like, "Oh, you think you can ban me?" And Nintendo was like, "Ban you? You really think that you're just gonna get banned? We're taking you to court."
Yeah. No, that figures. No, I mean the thing that bothers me especially is the people that do I'm sure you've heard of AM2R, right? Do you know what that is?
I'm actually not sure what that is.
No worries. So AM2R is another Metroid 2 remake. So
Oh,
it's
right.
it's a fan-made remake of Metroid 2, and it's really good. It's like really, really good to the point that most fans, myself included, consider it to be like a canon member of the series, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's canon regardless because it's I mean it's got a few like extra lore things, but it's Metroid 2. But Nintendo nuked it, right? But which makes a lot of people pretty upset because like it's actually amazing. And it came at a time too where Nintendo was doing nothing with Metroid, which made it feel extra bad. But I don't know, it's just someone being like trying to garner Nintendo's attention. Oh, oops, what happened?
It's nothing.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
I was just saying, someone trying to garner Nintendo's attention and being cocky about it, like that just when it draws attention to stuff like AM2R, that annoys me. Like
because it's like these fan projects come out and it's like, and then they come out with a trailer and stuff like that, and it's like, no, don't, you're just gonna let them know that you're doing it.
Yeah, I always worry when I see stuff like that. I'm like, don't. At the same time, I don't know. Nintendo's an enigma when it comes to what they do and don't do.
There was that person that was making remaking Earthbound in 3D. I wonder if that's still happening.
Yeah, there's a few projects like that. I mean, there's also the thing where sometimes projects just, I mean, especially when they're fan projects, like sometimes they just lose steam, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's just like a thing that happens when you have smaller. I mean, it happens with big projects too, but like, especially when it's just like one or two people.
Well, yeah, because people have to volunteer to do this. They're not making any money.
Yeah, they're not making any money, and they might actually be getting like, sent takedowns from Nintendo. Like, I'd imagine it feels very rotten to work on something for such a long time and then, like, be forced to take it off the internet.
What other shapes are there for World Edit?
I mean, so World Edit has like a documentation page I could link you to. One sec, World Actually, you can't read it because you can't tap out, so I'll just tell you.
Yeah, I know there's like pyramid, stuff like that.
Okay, let's see.
Pyramid and sphere.
So, here I see cylinders, spheres, pyramids. You can also do, okay, like, this one's, like, probably too complicated for now, but you can do, I know Abby would like this. You can enter in, like, an equation and have it, like, 3D graph it, if that makes sense. So you can make some really interesting shapes with that. That's, like, you know,
It does sound interesting.
very complicated. Yeah, it is interesting for sure.
When I start to type in cylinder, it doesn't seem to come up.
The command is // so it's // CYL. That's it. Like this.
Okay.
Inar3 says // CYL.
You can also do a hollow cylinder. Did you want a hollow cylinder or a filled cylinder?
Oh, I forgot to define blocks. Yeah, that would be H. Wouldn't that be H?
Yeah, you put an
CYL?
H before it. Yep.
Okay. And then the blocks go after that.
Yep. I think I mentioned this before. So we're using World Edit. There's a program called Axiom, which is kind of like the successor to World Edit, and it's amazing. I've used it before, and it's like, it's so cool. It has like a graphical interface rather than just typing commands, where like you can like use tools and stuff. It's more like MC Edit, if you remember that. The main issue with it is that you have to either have a license for it. If you're on, you basically have to have a license for it if you're on a multiplayer server, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the legality of that is, I'll be honest, but that is how it works right now. Otherwise, I would have set us up with that instead, because it's like really cool. But World Edit also works just fine, like especially just for like broad strokes of things, you know.
Yeah, so I managed to make this big ring, which I think just kind of helped me define the shape for this. What I'd like to do is take the entire thing and make it elevate.
Ooh.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I'm just trying to type the command and.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
No, you're good. That's just why I wasn't talking. I was just like thinking. It's like,
Yeah,
I
I wish there was like a way to take an entire shape and just move that up, but I'll do it like row by row or something, which I
I
guess
think
is
there's-
fine.
I think there's a way to do that. There's totally a way to do that. Let me mess with it. Wait, so what does he want to do
Yeah.
exactly?
Well, I made this ring basically that's like to define the shape of it. Maybe you could take a look at it and see if it would be possible to basically take this entire thing and just like raise it.
Like move it up in the air?
No, just like make it taller
Oh,
without
like make
having
it
to go row by row.
I mean, do you still have the command you used to make the first one?
Yeah.
So come stand in the middle. Let's mark out the middle.
I think you were right.
Yeah, okay.
It's right here.
So, okay. Can you? Let's see. So /sil, right?
Yeah, what I
Right.
typed was /h cell, and then stone bricks, and then mossy stone bricks 20.
Okay, so after the 20, do a space and then one more number, and that's the height.
Oh, I did not know that.
There we go.
Oh, that's really cool. That makes a huge difference. It looks like
Yeah.
it might have been slightly off, but it's fine. I'll just fix that.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Maybe it's slightly off center.
You can always undo it and try again.
Yeah. I guess I should just follow the middle here. A middle in relation to the bridge. That's what I actually care about.
Okay. This is very
Yeah,
hard
so that's
to.
really cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to build with waxed. It's called waxed weathered cut copper stairs, and it's really hard to find the right block because whenever I type it in, it's like the longest name. It's so
Yeah.
long. Yeah, Rollout's cool for that reason because you can like build a really big structure like that, and it doesn't take you like all day. And then you can focus on like making stuff in it, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really like building in Minecraft worlds, partially because I mentioned this before, but I love the feeling of progress as you like slowly fill up a world with buildings, you know? Like the world just
Yeah, I like
feels
that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels like you have like a bigger thing. It's just so cool. Good. Go up. Up a block. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's going along well. So, remakes. Do you have any opinions on the Woodmaker remake? I'm curious if you do.
I mean, it's more of a remaster, but I haven't gotten to play it.
Yeah, True. I mean, it's always a toss up of whether something is like what a remake remaster, like which is which, you know. Like the Wind Waker HD on the Wii U in particular, it has a few interesting things. Like it has definitely some nice quality of life. I like the is a fast sail that lets you sail a bit faster, and it lets you go without having to change the wind all the time. Which can be
Yeah,
nice.
one of the coolest features I heard about in that game was the Miiverse support, where people could leave messages, Miiverse messages in the world for other basically people left like hints and stuff in
Yeah.
locations in the game, and you could find them and read them. Sometimes it was funny, or like it could be like a drawing. It's just like that's a really cool way to have like a sense of community while you're playing through a game.
Yeah, no, I liked that. I remember that being really cool. I mean, yeah, of course it's not a thing anymore, but it still was cool that it was.
Yeah, I wish they would bring Miiverse back, because it's not really something I got to experience, or most people didn't, because the Wii U did not sell very well. But like, I know they won't bring it back because it's just too much of a liability or something.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I don't think it's likely, but it's still. I agree. It would be cool to have that, like especially on the Switch. Didn't they make it
Yeah.
so that didn't they make it so that plus I remember like on Splatoon 3 you used to have to post to Twitter, right? Didn't they make it so you don't
Yeah.
have to do that anymore?
Yeah, because Twitter is not on the Switch anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame it.
But that's the way that's the way it should have worked anyway. Shouldn't have.
Yeah, I
had
remember
to
that being
do
annoying. Being annoying that you had to do that. That was like I was like, oh, I
Especially
want to
for
make like
especially for like younger players who probably shouldn't be on Twitter. I mean, I don't even really recommend that adults be on Twitter, but
yeah.
if you're
No.
a kid and you want to make a splat post, like tough luck with that. I guess you're not going to be making a Twitter account most likely.
The idea of I don't know kids having access to social media like always is like I don't know an
It's not a
interesting
good idea.
prospect. Yeah, it's just like I I have like uncontrollable anxiety whenever I use any form of social media that isn't like a private Discord group, you know? Like I can't imagine being a kid and being exposed to like the internet. Like I mean, okay, like I had the internet as a kid, right? But like not like full on social media, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the only social media I was using was Habbo Hotel
Yeah.
and also RuneScape.
RuneScape.
RuneScape, I guess you could say RuneScape counts. I guess an MMO is a form of social media.
I mean, the thing about social media though is that like I don't know. Yeah, it really depends. Like they are a sliding scale. Like I mean, something with Twitter, like it's specifically you're just there to like read people's posts and talk to people. I mean, I guess like I was gonna say that like when I play RuneScape, I'm doing it more to like be able to play RuneScape, but at the same time I am like older and also I'm not at that time, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm definitely making something.
Yes, you were making the snowman tunnels.
Yeah, I'm in the snowman tunnels. I'm making something.
Yeah, because I really like your snowman. I nicknamed him Jack Snowington.
I like that. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, no, I had fun to make it. I was like, ooh, you could be like tilted, kinda.
Yeah. I think you did a really great job with that. Maybe you can give
Thank
me a
you.
tour of the
Yeah, I'm up for that. I mean, I'm still working
dungeon.
on it.
I remember on the other server you did that thing where you added like like corrupted slimes and stuff and you named them.
Yeah, no, that's a thing you can do too with like MC Stacker or something. Um,
It's really cool that you've basically turned the entire cave system into snow.
yeah, it's probably I have night vision right now. I actually don't know what this looks like without night vision. Let's see.
Yeah, it's quite dark. I can't really see much.
Oh yeah, it's pitch black here. Let's put some lights.
These
well,
are looms. I like how you did that. Made it a lightning rod and a loom. It looks very.
yeah, I think it looks
They
like oh,
look
it's like
like a.
a
Yeah, they look like
some
sort
sort
of
of
like generators or steam grates or something like that. It's really.
yeah. I
It
thought they were
looks
like
very steampunk.
yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly what they are, but yeah, like a generator or something. Um,
Yeah, especially with these waxed the weather copper. It kind of looks like it's kind of looking like a Sonic level,
yeah, this is
like one of
Snowman
those
Zone.
like
Actually.
Metropolis Zone or something, like one of those like really techy levels,
Yeah.
mechanical
Okay.
levels.
One of my favorite like level themes in like a video game is I love I love factory levels. I don't know if that's a popular opinion, but I love like mechanical like industrial levels. I think they're super cool.
Yeah, you've definitely got that going on. I think that is a really cool thing. It's kind of I would say it is a little bit underrated.
like I mean, okay, like I love like levels also that are like natural wonders and things like that, right? But like I love levels that are like man-made and like factories because oftentimes like they have a lot of interesting like I don't know, like I remember that like I really like them in Donkey Kong Country Returns. They have a bunch of factory levels. And like in it they have like giant pistons and gears that are like always moving. And there's like a lot of like kinetic to the environment, you know?
Yeah,
Which I really like. There's also in Xenoblade Chronicles, you spend a good chunk of the game like inside a giant machine, and there's like humongous gears and like giant forges, and it's super cool. I like love that.
yeah, I think that sounds really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a cool thing. Let's see. Well, being that I was just playing Fallout, at the beginning of Fallout, there's like a big laser thing. It's like being used for experiments. So I'm like, ooh, I can make a big
Right.
laser thing. Okay. What should the laser beam be? I guess I could just make it like lava, but I don't know. You have any ideas?
I'm not sure.
Like, I want there to be like a beam of. Oh, maybe I could just use end rods. And end rods would be an okay thing. Then I want wax. Yep, there we go. Yeah, no, I really like all the copper blocks. They like let you do some really cool steampunky stuff, which I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of.
It's fun to do this.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh, what you up to? You could build something here too if you want, by the way.
I did.
Oh, you did? Ooh, there's something. Ooh, the parrot room. I like that.
Yeah. A secret underground factory.
Yeah.
And I like you have like bits of it coming through the snow, like it's all buried under it. Or
I think these are
something.
like pipes. Yeah. Yeah.
Or pipes, yeah.
That's kind of my headcanon for it, is they were like pipes buried. Yeah, I was thinking like the lab's like half buried. It's like um Okay, so what is this big laser thing used for?
Like a mining laser.
Is it mining laser? Okay, it could be used for that.
Could be.
And then if that'd mean there's like a big cave below this. Maybe it has like a giant crystal it's mining. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, actually that gives me a great idea. So one sec, let's. I want some yellow concrete. And I want some black concrete. Yeah, I don't know. I really like our world because okay, when you start doing a thing like this too, you start to get to like make up little stories for the world. You know, like well, why is there a lab down here beneath the snowman?
Yeah. I like stuff like that. I like implied lore and stuff.
Yeah. I have Donkey Kong music stuck in my head. Have you ever played any Donkey Kong games?
No.
They have really good music, which is like hilarious because they're like silly monkey game. But like their music
Yeah.
is like really emotional. It's like interesting. The composer's named David Wise, and just his stuff is amazing.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it seems pretty good.
Okay. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay. One thing that I always find interesting to think about is that like remakes have existed for quite a while, and like earlier than like I sometimes think they do. Like a good example is the Mario All-Star collections on the SNES. They like remade the first 3 Mario games on the SNES, which I find very interesting. Like, I guess I think of remakes being a thing like around like the Xbox 360 Wii era, but they've been around for like a good while.
Yeah. What is your favorite one of those?
Favorite Mario game or favorite like old remake?
Like old remake?
I mean the Mario All-Star remakes are amazing. Trying to think. I like the Super Nintendo remake of Dragon Quest 3. Oh yeah, I've been playing the new Dragon Quest 3 remake. It's been good so far. I've enjoyed it. They actually added some new content, which like they added a
That's
new
always
class.
good. I was really
that's been
happy
fun.
about that announcement, the Baldur's Gate thing.
Oh,
Where-
you said they added a class. What did they add?
No.
I
They
didn't catch
they didn't just add a class. They're going to add a new subclass to every single class in the game.
Oh,
So they
That's very
basically
cool.
added like 20 new classes, and all of them sound really good. Like they're actually like really popular ones.
damn, that's very cool. I love
Yeah.
that.
Like one of the ones they added, like one of the subclass they added to Monk was Drunken Master. So so basically you have to drink alcohol to restore your ki. You basically have to be constantly drunk, and you're
like
like
that.
powered by that. And
I really like that.
yeah, there was like a really edgy one where you can like that has to do with like shadow magic, and you have an ability where you can travel between shadows. So as long as there's like you can teleport, but only to another shadow, if
That's
there is
cool.
one. Which would I guess would mean that if you're in a really dark area, you'd be able to travel more freely.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
yeah, just I don't remember all of them, but it sounded really cool. In fact, maybe I should find that and then read some of it because it is really interesting.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, I have the link to it right here. And yeah, they also added photo mode and crossplay, which is great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I was like, oh,
No,
well, I thought that would be the extent of the update. I was like, oh, that's what they said they were going to do, and then they didn't announce this part and just dropped it. And again, all free content. So
No, I always like think the stuff like that is super cool. I need to play more of that game. We could do it together at some point.
yeah, so here's all of the classes they're going to add. For Bard, they've added the College of Glamour. As a College of Glamour Bard, you'll find that you have the power to heal friends and command enemies in equal measure, cast Mantle of Inspiration, to bestow your allies with 5 temporary hit points. Charmed, play your hand correctly, you'll be able to use this. Target charmed enemies so you can command them to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon. And then they have one for Barbarian, which is the Path of Giants. Opt for the Path of Giants, and your newfound giant strength will make it easier for you to yeet. It actually says yeet friends and foe alike. Yeah, forget chugging potions to pump those muscles. These barbarians benefit from the Giant's Rage passive that grants them both strength and size, allowing you to deal additional damage. So I don't know if they're implying that you can actually like enlarge yourself.
That's cool.
Cleric Death Domain. So this is basically like a cleric that does like necromancy.
Oh, okay. Well, not in Baldur's Gate, but like in D&D, I've done a Death Domain cleric, and those are fun.
Yeah, so from what I understand, these are based on these are all existing D&D classes, but they're actually like really requested ones for the game. A druid, Circle of Stars. These druids look to stars for answers. They're taking on one of three starry forms. These constellations of the Archer, Chalice, and Dragon. Each one favors a different playstyle and strategy. The Archer dealing radiant damage with astral arrows, and the life-giving Chalice restoring hit points to you and others nearby. And the Wise Dragon allowing you to deal damage with an added bonus to Constitution rolls. The starry forms offer not just a celestial aesthetic, but practical, powerful options to enhance your role as a healer, fighter, or strategist.
That's very cool.
Paladin, Oath of the Crown. Stay true to your oath and you'll be rewarded with the power to aid your allies. Guide your champions with righteous charity, taunt enemies with strategic interrupts, and keep your party standing strong with divine allegiance, absorbing their damage while restoring their health.
That's cool. I think I mentioned before. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll tell you after you're done reading through.
Oh well, I mean, there's a ton of them. I might not be able to read all of them even.
Yeah.
There's some really cool ones, though.
I was
like
gonna say, that reminds me of. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What does it remind you of?
I was just say that so like I've been in a few D&D campaigns, right? And I recall one of them. Okay, so I went to one that was like just off the university I was at, right? Or I'm still here, but like and I had some problems with it. The main one was that the DM was very like min-max minded, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he treated D&D very much as like a mechanical challenge, and like we had very little roleplay. Like I remember specifically like he had this house rule where whenever you cast a spell, your character would like yell it in universe, which made any non-combat spell like completely useless. Or like any like subterfuge spell, you know? You can't cast like
Yeah.
a spell to like do something with like subterfuge because your character literally yells at the top of their lungs, you know?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
But anyways, for their campaign, I remember I made a min-max character, right? That was like a Death Domain cleric that was quite powerful, and then they got killed because the enemies they made were like really, like they made a pretty nasty encounter, right? And anyways, a bit after that, I kind of stopped playing with that group, and I ended up joining my other friend's campaign, and I had told him about this, and I was like, oh, he's like, oh, you can use your character that died, right? Like you can use them in my campaign.
Yeah.
And so I brought my character to their campaign, but the issue was that they were like min-maxed for like this like death campaign that the other person was doing, right? So like I get into their campaign and like my Death Domain cleric is like ridiculously busted for where they were. Like it wasn't like higher level than them. I was the same level. It just I did a lot more damage output than they were capable of doing. You know?
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny. I remember like we were doing our first campaign and we got to the boss and my character had like a withering touch kind of thing, and the boss came up to us and I just like placed my hand on their head and did like 30 damage to them or something crazy like that.
Yeah, that is kind of ridiculous.
And they just died. It was just funny, like my character was not made for that campaign. Or like it was made for the min-max campaign, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's why
didn't
I kind of
like-
like the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 has kind of a more conservative sort of level cap, because in D&D can go up to like 20, but they've
Mhm.
I think it only goes up to like 8. or some,
Yeah.
or maybe like I don't remember, or like 10 or something like that. Like, so you don't get the super broken stuff.
Yeah. Well, my character wasn't even like a level like it was like level 4. I probably have a bad damage number too. But like it was a lot of damage, especially it one shot the boss. So. Like again, I
Yeah.
just built the character because I mean, like it's kind of hard to describe, but my DM's campaign was like, so he was using a computer program to simulate. So we had a courtyard we were trying to get through, right? Where like we were trying to get to this like necromancer's tower, and the courtyard was a couple hundred blocks long, right? Like couple hundred like squares, like tiles, like like a meter, and there was around. I want to say around 200 zombies of varying difficulty in the courtyard. And like he was using a computer program to move them all, if that makes sense. Like he would, when it was the turn for all the zombies to move, he would like run the program and they would all move. We're using like a digital tabletop.
I see.
All that to say, like, what ended up happening is if your character got like, if anyone like fell over or got knocked out or anything, they were dead, because they would be instantly swarmed by a bunch of zombies. It was a huge mess, and they were like magic zombies because it was like a mage. It was like a Hogwarts Harry Potter school, so like they all could cast spells and like.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I feel like the encounter wasn't very well balanced. I think their goal was to kill us.
Challenge is fun,
than...
but that difficulty spike like that'll just take the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I went through like 3 characters, and then I kind of stopped playing with that group.
Yeah. So it's like when you die in a D&D campaign, you're like allowed to like come back as someone else.
Yeah, so I mean, generally you just make another character.
Okay. Or I guess you could also, like, since it's D&D, maybe find like some convoluted way of resurrecting your character or something like that. It's
sometimes you can do that.
It's your imagination.
I mean, if you can find like a reason, it really depends what like there's also different like types of settings, I guess. Like some campaigns will be low magic and high magic. I don't know if you've heard of like low magic and high magic before.
Yeah, I think I have an idea of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's like if you have a low magic campaign, it's not very likely to like have the magic to resurrect somebody. But if you have a high magic campaign, it might just be a commodity in the cities, Like high magic campaigns will sometimes treat magic like electricity, where it's just like everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, in a low magic campaign, it's like, oh, you have a magic artifact that like lets you like make a flaming sword. That's like super rare and never seen that before,
Yeah, so you're talking about like high fantasy versus like low fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of, yeah.
Well, I thought the game was going to crash there. It froze for a second.
I'm glad it didn't
But
crash.
it's all good. I haven't gotten to play much D&D.
Yeah, we could like at some point do like a small campaign with us and then maybe us and Gray or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They could be fun. I used to DM for my friends a bunch. Like, I wasn't a very good DM, but I was a DM. I mean, I wasn't very good in that. Like, I wasn't very like. I was a bit loose with the mechanics sometimes, just because there was a lot to keep track of. But I feel like we had fun. Like I usually prioritized like trying to have a good experience with people at the table rather than like being mechanically accurate per se.
I mean, I think that's the point anyway. So
yeah. I mean, it depends who you
people
ask.
just play it differently.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. Different people play differently, and like, I think my preferred way of playing D&D usually involves a lot of like I don't like to disregard the mechanics, but I like to be able to like play. Okay, like let me give you an example. So like when I was doing the one campaign with the one DM who was like pretty intense, right? So I was picking my skills, and my one character was very based on like Indiana Jones, okay? And in particular, like there's a JoJo character that's based on Indiana Jones, and he has like vines that can come out of his hands, and he uses them like a whip. If that makes sense. And there's a vine whip spell in D&D, and I was like, oh, that's so cool! I can have it like that, like a JoJo's. I can like have like a vine whip, you know? And I can use it to like wrap around things and like grab them. And my DM was like, no, the rules say that you create a vine whip, it shoots out and hits something for this much damage. It says nothing about grabbing. So you cannot use it to grab things.
I mean,
And,
I don't agree with that because it's like not every situation would be like a combat situation, right? Like I think you're allowed to use your abilities in a creative way if you can
Yeah,
just roll for it.
that was the main thing, is that like I like it when you're like allowed to extrapolate on things a little bit, but he was very much mechanically minded. He was like, if it doesn't say in the book for like the effect it has, then you can't do it. And that's part of why I was taking that one. Yeah.
I mean, I think that you should be allowed to do like the whole point. I think the whole point is to be able to do anything that you can think of doing, because I think D&D is a game that rewards you for like, even if you were like in a situation that seems like really bad, you'd be rewarded for being clever and doing something that should logically work.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
I think as long as it logically works,
you
then like, yeah.
if your
the
character
role-
has the ability to use like vines and stuff, then they probably could wrap it around. I think the way you balance it is just by having you roll for it, so that you can try it. You might fail, but you can try it because your character should have the agency to think of that and then give it a go. And you know, if your DM thinks that, oh well, it doesn't work that way, then I guess you'll find out. So
Yeah, I mean, like, exactly. That's I kind of found that like that just wasn't for me. It's like that. It's like, oh, you have to play it like. I mean, I guess for me at least, I'm like, if I want to play like a mechanically rich RPG, I can play a video game, you know? Like, those exist. The D&D video games exist even. Like, when I play D&D, I do it for the, like, group creative writing energy, you know? If that makes sense. Like, it's kind of like group
yeah,
creative
'cause
writing. I always think.
like, I mean that's really what Baldur's Gate is for. Like we could just play Baldur's Gate. The story's already written. There's, you know, a set amount of races and classes and stuff, and it's a video game, and we could play it like that. But I think the appeal of playing actual D&D would be to be able to use your imagination and do things that wouldn't be possible. And I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 goes out of its way to make as many things possible as possible. Like,
Yeah, but there's always things like, yeah, exactly. No, I think you're exactly right. Like, I mean, one of the things that I always like to say is that D&D is like a video game where the game engine is a person, you know, or like several people, and that allows you to do practically anything, you know. Your verbs are not limited. I can go up to a guard and try and take a bite out of him if I really wanted to, you know.
yeah.
And like that kind of thing, and also, I mean, another cool thing about, at least in my opinion, about actual D&D is the improv aspects on both the DM's end and the player's end. Like, as a DM, I sometimes like it when players do something I didn't plan for, and I have to figure out what goes there, if that makes sense, on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's interesting. That like provides an aspect for like, you know, creativity and like expression and like, how does this, like, what would be here? You know, you're in a city, the characters walk into an alleyway you didn't plan out. Like, what would be in that alleyway? And it makes, I don't know. I think it's cool. Um, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's me ranting about my 1DM. I mean, there were fun things about the campaign, but honestly, the part I enjoyed about the campaign was the players. Like I liked my like, and that's what bothered me too, is because I had such a good time with like the people I was playing with, and they had such good fun character ideas, and then because the DM's campaign was so difficult, it would just kill all the characters, and so we didn't get to see out any of their stories. You know, just people were like just always dying.
Yeah.
I thought kind of spoiled it a bit. Like, oh, look at these interesting characters and their stories. Like, I mean, one of the things about D&D is that your characters can die, and that's okay, you know? But, like, everyone was dying. Constantly. Like, we were going through a character a week, you know? And so it's hard to get attached to anybody. I mean, that was, like, that's part of the reason that I always say, like, I had a hard time getting into Attack on Titan. Is that, like, the characters are, like, dying. Like, everyone's dying, and I'm like, I want to have people I can get attached to, I guess, you know? I don't know. I assume there's stuff about that is more than that, but I don't know. Back when I tried watching it, like, forever ago, that was my issue with it.
Yeah, I was never, I mean, the show's reputation is destroyed now after the way it ended, but even at the time, I was just not really interested in a show like that.
Yeah. Did it? I don't know. I didn't know if it ended. I don't know anything about it really besides, like.
Oh, basically, like the writers on it wanted to just move on to other projects, and they were sick of waiting for George R. R. Martin to finish the last book, which he still hasn't done, by the way, because this was years ago when the show ended.
Wait. Are we talking about the same thing? I think you're talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Right? Are you talking about Game of Thrones? Because George R. R. Martin didn't write Attack on Titan, did he?
Oh
That's
no, not Attack on Titan. I guess I was just thinking of it because there was like a similar problem, because
Yeah.
the way I heard that the way Attack on Titan was also really disappointing. The main thing with Attack on Titan was that they kept like splitting it up. Like they basically said like that it was going to be like the last season, and then you got to the end of the season, and you're like, wow, this season's really not like. They still have a lot to do, and then it would be like tune in for season whatever, part 3, part 2,
Yeah.
part 4, and then they did that like 3 times.
Yeah. Also, just for me, like that I don't know. I always found the concept of Attack on Titan like way too scary. I'm a wimp. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like that. It's like, it freaks me out.
I think it's also because the first show that I think of when you're talking about a show where everyone just dies, that was the whole thing, Game of Thrones, where people are like, oh, isn't it cool that everyone just like any character be killed off? And it'll be like, I mean, maybe at first, but at some point you just like, why would I bother getting invested in this?
Yeah, no, I feel that too. That's like my issue with that is that like I want to get invested. I mean, there's like a thing where like a lot of shows will like kill off a character and then they don't kill off anyone else because they want to build the tension, but then they don't like the thing is that like, you know, when the characters die, it's a big trade-off as an author, right?
Yeah.
You're giving away all that character's potential for its effect on the story and the shock value, you know? Which isn't always a bad thing. Like, it could be good, you know? There are character deaths, I think, that, like, really... there's one in a particular show I could think of that I'm not going to mention, but, like, it affects the entire cast in a really good way. Like, I think is, like, part of what makes the show so good. Is how that death, like, affects the entire... Like, it's... I think one thing is that if you have a character death, I feel like it should be felt throughout the rest of the show to an extent. Like it should never really go away, because that's how grief is. I think. I don't know. Like it
I
can
have
get, you know.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
really good example of that, but it's also like too much of a spoiler for a show.
It's okay. Yeah,
But
the one I pick it up is too much of a spoiler too. So.
yeah, so without saying what the show is, there's like a show where they killed off a character basically just because the actor wanted to leave. So they just like killed them off in a really callous way, and it was really badly done. And nobody likes it. It was really disappointing. It's just like a complete waste, and it's really cruel. And then that's just that after that. And so what a lesser show might have done would be basically just like, oh, we'll never talk about that again. But instead, what they do is to make up for the fact that it was such a disappointing death, is they keep it basically keeps coming up for like the rest of the show every now and then, like the fact that yeah, it was really senseless, and that's really tragic, and it becomes they sort of explore that, and it makes it like realistic, where seasons later there's still like repercussions for what happened.
I like that.
And
yeah.
and then at some point they basically did an episode that gave where that character sort of came back, and they got like a proper send off without changing the original ending, but actually just enhancing it.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, I mean exactly. Like I think that like a character death is a very specific tool that you have to be very careful with. I think, and like it can be very easy to throw it around too much, and like. I don't know.
I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
pause for a second and just say, thanks. Jakester157 followed me just now. I
Ooh.
appreciate that.
Hello.
Every follower that I'm getting really helps.
Yeah, you got a lot now, don't you? Where are you at right now? 27.
That should be 27 now.
Goodness. Again, I mean, I always say this, but like, I think we get desensitized to big numbers because of, you know, people online just have like astronomically huge numbers, but like having like 27 people like watch, like have seen your stream and give you a follow is humongous. I think that's like super cool.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the snowman from the window in the little tavern or whatever that I made.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
What were you saying? Oh, I guess what was I saying? I was just yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I respected the fact that they didn't try and retcon what happened. They took what happened and added depth to it. And so it's like now you rewatch that episode, there's like it basically they like took the bad writing and made it better retroactively. And I think that's always the way to handle something like that.
I like that.
Instead of like just running away from it and never talking about the thing that happened. Just like,
you know what that reminds me of? I saw a short earlier. And this is a dead horse. This is a long dead horse, but Starfield. I remember that like Starfield has a lot of issues, right? And I remember there's specifically a thing from Bethesda where like one of the issues with Starfield is that like they have big open areas with nothing. Like they have planets that are really empty. And their response was they were like, well, you see, when the astronauts went to the moon was empty, but they weren't bored. So skill issue basically. And it's like just own up to your mistakes, you know?
is that what happened?
What?
Actually, yeah, because I never actually ended up like the thing is I was briefly interested for a little bit, but I just ended up not going in like anywhere near it. It's just like one too many times.
Let me see if we can find the quote. Alright, give me one moment while I find the quote.
There's a polar bear outside your house. And not the AI generated kind that Coca-Cola made.
They made it. Oh, gross.
You know, but you don't know about that.
No, I don't. Also, I have the quote real quick if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
We are sorry to hear Starfield didn't live up to your expectations. Some of Starfield's planets are meant to be empty by design, but that's not boring. When the astronauts went to the moon, there was nothing there. They certainly weren't bored. Just anyways.
I think I remember it vaguely. It's just like the Bethesda formula is already kind of tired, and it's like, well, you couldn't even do that right because it's like all the world is like segmented between all these loading screens. So it's not even like even the people that want just like more Skyrim based that's not even what they're getting.
Yeah. No, I have heard that is an issue with it.
Yeah, because you can't just like walk across it. You have to like get in your ship, and you have to you can't even fly your ship. You have to like it's just a bunch of loading screens.
Yeah.
It sounds cool,
No,
but it's actually just tedious.
It's just like just play No Man's Sky at that point. Like, I mean,
And it's
I
giant,
played,
like, yeah.
like No Man's Sky has its own issues, but also you can fly your ship around. You know,
That's true.
and they fixed a lot of the issues with it. Like, I don't know. The whole thing. This kind of worked. I wanted to make like a giant crystal that the thing was like mining into. I think I made it a bit too small, but it's fine.
There's a lot of
Remove
parrots
the-
coming out of your snowman.
Are there?
Yeah.
Parrot reservation.
Oh, the danger zone.
Yeah.
There's bats circling around it.
Yeah. They're attracted to the light like moths. Or something. I
There
don't know.
should be moths in Minecraft.
That'd be cool. Give them 10 years, there will be moths. It is funny to me how the Minecraft updates are a slow but steady march towards just eventually everything will be added. Like, there's always a thing. Like, I love playing vanilla Minecraft. I love playing without mods a lot of the time because like I like having to be creative with the like limited mechanics, right? At the same
Yeah.
time, what is vanilla? Like it's a lot. Everything that we're playing with right now would be considered like very modded a few years ago.
Yeah, like I'm still
continue.
discovering because I take like big breaks of playing Minecraft, so there's still blocks where I'm like, what is that? And it was probably added like 5 versions ago.
Yeah. No, exactly. Same for me.
Yeah, because Back in like older Minecraft, if you wanted to build something out that was made out of like steel, you would have to use iron, like iron blocks.
Yeah.
That was pretty much your only option. You wouldn't be able to get this kind of aesthetic going.
Yeah. No, I am always a big fan of like having a bunch of different blocks. I mean, I think there's a definitely a balance between like the amount of blocks you have and being creative with them. At the same time, like I love just having options and like being able to like, kind of just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
Looks like a control panel.
But yeah, I was gonna say George R. R. Martin might not have written Attack on Titan, but he did write Elden Ring.
Oh,
Which I
you're right,
also
he did. I
haven't
forgot
played.
about that. I love Elden
Yeah.
Ring. Elden Ring's great. I've played very much a lot of that.
How did you find the DLC?
I haven't played it yet, actually. I've played a lot of Elden
Oh.
Ring, but I've not played the DLC, and I own the DLC too. I just never got around to playing it. Well, okay, part of the problem was that like I got the DLC and I was like, I'm gonna start from the beginning because you know, but then I got busy with other things, so I just never got around to where I was, you know. Also look right here. Do you see this? It's a joystick. You have, like levers that you can pull, and it, like.
I see. I actually don't even know what this is. Grindstone.
It's the grindstone. It's like you can use it to like get rid of enchantments on things.
Do you use the debug stick to make it upside down?
I mean, I just placed it upside down. I just like
Oh.
I placed up 2 blocks like this, and then you go.
Yeah,
beneath
I mean,
it,
I hadn't
and-
heard of that debug stick until you showed it to me, so I don't know what everything that it's capable of.
I mean, basically, you can just change any block properties. So, I mean, you could make it go upside down with the. I mean, that's one of the properties. I can. Like this, see? Like it's doing cartwheels.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's doing some exercise. Funny little robot.
Yeah.
It's like a whole animation cycle.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit sleepy. I don't know. I'm gonna go a bit longer, but I'm getting a bit sleepy.
That's fair. Oh, not my axe.
Oh, did your axe fall?
Yeah, I got it back. I think it still works. It does. Well, I guess it might just be any wooden axe.
Yeah, no. So the selection one is just any wooden axe. As long as you're in
Okay.
creative mode, you can use any axe.
Yeah, because my stone shovel stopped working. I think you have to reset that, but the wooden axe always works.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we can always stop if you would like to.
I'm gonna go a tiny bit longer if you're up for it, but I'll wind down somewhat soon.
That's fair.
So I'm enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it too. I'm not sure. I forget what we were even talking about.
We talked about Starfield for a bit. Oh yeah, you mentioned AI generated Coca-Cola bears, which I'm not surprised. I'll be honest.
Yeah, have you ever seen the famous like holidays are coming Coca-Cola ad with the Coca-Cola truck?
Maybe. I forget.
Well, it's like a famous commercial from the 90s. And basically they did like a remake of that, but it's completely 100% AI generated, and it's just
Yeah.
it's awful. And it has humans in it, so it's just like, you know, that weird way the AI does it, where it's just like shots of humans just kind of standing there because they can't.
Yeah.
That's basically
Ugh.
all it can do,
I'm curious.
making
Okay,
creepy
sorry.
faces.
My curiosity is piqued, so I'm going to watch in the background and probably be
Yeah,
horrified.
I think it's been quite disliked. So a lot of people have made videos about how just dystopian it feels, and how Coca-Cola has ruined Christmas for everybody.
Ugh. This is so uncanny.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not great.
They somehow still have left the comments on. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this one comment. I don't know why everyone's saying this ad's so terrible. It's the best Pepsi commercial I've seen in a while.
Yeah, everyone's been saying that Pepsi need to like jump on this as soon as possible, because Pepsi have
Yeah.
such an opportunity to make fun of Coca-Cola. Like,
And
I've heard like 2 ideas for that,
I
basically.
was gonna say it writes itself, but go ahead.
Well, the first idea would be for Pepsi to basically make an advert just like this, but use like real actors and real locations and stuff. And the second one people said, which is not going to happen, but people are saying that they should just use clips of this commercial because at the moment, anything that's AI generated cannot be copyrighted.
Yeah, you could totally just do that.
Other than
I was thinking like
obviously like the logo and stuff.
I was thinking that they could just have an ad where just Coca-Cola is very much like represented by a robot, and it's like very fake.
Yeah. The thing is, I would love to see Pepsi do that, but the thing is, Pepsi are probably all in on AI as well.
I mean, yeah, no, all the companies are because they're like, ooh, free labor.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that was something. Okay. I get in this bad habit when I play Minecraft, when I'm building. Maybe it's a bad. I don't know if it's a bad habit per se. I start smoothing things out with slabs, like when I'm making an organic build, and I just keep doing it, and it gets like to the point where if I don't smooth something out, it looks weird, but it just takes forever. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like right now, I'm using the snow layers everywhere because you have a lot of freedom with how those look. But now I'm like, okay, I gotta use it everywhere now, you know? Because, like, I already put it in a few places, and it looks weird if you don't have it everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think just building in Minecraft with a group is, like, really fun. One thing I was always like, ooh, there's, like, those, like, Minecraft build teams that, like, work together building something. I always thought that was, like, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy getting to do that.
Yeah, this is just really fun. It's nice too. This is like a very podcasty. You know, we could just kind of talk about things.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have it marked down as like a podcast kind of thing. In
Yeah.
not literally, but like, it's nice
Yeah,
to have it
you-
organized.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, that's a pretty good room. A really dumb idea.
What's your idea?
I'm gonna make like a. I'm gonna make something frozen in ice. What should be frozen in ice?
The Declaration of Independence.
Okay. That I can do. Okay, let's see. PDF. Let's see. Declaration of Independence. I gotta write the book. Oh, can you not copy paste into Minecraft books? No. Oh well. I was gonna write
Are
the
you
Declaration
actually
of
gonna copy
Independence.
and paste the contents?
That was the plan, but less.
I sure hope someone doesn't steal this.
True. The the one Gravity Falls episode was a big reference to that movie.
Yeah.
Right, there's a lot of stuff with that in Gravity Falls, like the Freemason stuff.
Yeah, I liked the
Sure.
whole secret cult
Yeah,
that erases people's memories and stuff.
yeah. What? Sorry, bad joke.
Oh, right.
Okay, that looks good. Ooh, I have an idea. I have an idea. I just realized I can make I can make icicles.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
I can make them using stained glass.
It would be great if you could take like those cracks, I don't know what they're called, like the dripstone, and just color them blue.
That would be super cool. Do you agree?
I think I was about to say Crackstone, but that's Netflix Wednesday.
Yeah. The one pioneer dude who has lasers.
Yeah.
It is Thanksgiving.
It is. I
All,
keep forgetting about that.
all hail our Lord and Savior, Crackston.
Is that why we're doing this?
I guess so.
I mean, I'm not even American.
Yeah.
Looks like no one's here to protect it.
Oh no. Oh no, Marnie's stealing the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, what are you gonna do with it, Marnie? Marnie's run away with the Declaration of Independence. I can't believe it. Democracy is finished. I can't believe our entire government rested upon us having that piece of paper. Yeah.
It's like in Gravity Falls when like Gideon invades.
Yeah, you get the shack deed and then you just own it. Thank you.
Blank anyway.
What?
Maybe that's the. It's well, it is blank, but maybe that's the idea.
Well, it's like Kung Fu Panda, you know?
How is it like Kung Fu Panda?
Like in Kung Fu Panda, he gets like the Dragon Warrior scroll,
Yeah.
Oh,
and then it's like blink, Oh, and then it's like, oh, it's actually in you all along, and it's like that, but that's the Declaration of Independence. You like get it, and it's like, wait, the Declaration of Independence is blank. It's like that's because it was inside of you all along.
yeah.
You must reach inside and pull it out.
I wonder if that. I wonder if Scottish independence had happened, I guess that would mean that we would probably have a Declaration of Independence
True.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, wasn't that was a whole thing with Brexit, right? I forgot about that.
Well, that was before Brexit. This was like in 2014.
Okay.
We were gonna go independent, and then that just didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
And I think there was renewed interest in it after Brexit because people like wanted Scotland to go independent so that Scotland could then rejoin the EU as its own entity, which
Yeah.
would be an option. Although that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. This place feels very cold.
It would be, unless the
Yeah.
machines are very hot.
I feel like this machine's really hot. Like I know the snow's melting as we come in here, so I guess it like as you get closer to the machine, it gets warmer.
That's a fun detail.
I should. Oh, I was thinking about what I want to put in this room. I'm gonna make some like giant tanks. They're like full of like I don't know rocket fuel or something. And that's what's powering the thing. Let's see, copper. Okay. That's good enough. Let me put some stairs on it. Is there any block that looks almost like a gauge? I guess like the loom. I could use the loom for that again. Loom's a pretty versatile, like aesthetic block.
It looks like there's something in my tower now.
Ooh, let me see. Yeah, I haven't looked at your thing for a while. Let me come take a look. Whoa. Whoa, what's this? Oh, I love this. It's like a big crystal. Oh, you got these like fires? I like that.
Yeah, I thought it looked like a giant can you put? I don't think you can. You have to like command them in, but it looks like a giant Ender Dragon egg.
Yeah, you're right. Or like a, it's either that or like a meteorite.
Yeah, I didn't really know what Skulk was. I'm glad it wasn't like dangerous or anything.
I mean, okay, so
was-
the way
It
that's,
was sparkly.
do you know, do you know how it works?
No, I've never even heard of it.
So the way that Skulk works is that there's a dungeon that generates in the game called the Deep Dark City, and or I think the Ancient City, and there's these blocks called Skulk catalysts, and if anything dies, like if a monster dies near a Skulk catalyst, it like converts blocks around it into Skulk blocks, if that makes sense.
I see.
And then there's also the Skulk Shriekers and the Skulk Sensors. Basically, if you make too much noise near them, then they summon the Warden monster. The big, spooky one. It's very horror game coded.
Yeah. You do have a lot of parrots.
Yeah. Maybe they're the ones running the lab. Maybe this is like Parrot Co.
Maybe so.
Is it snowed where you're at yet? I think you said it did, right?
It was snowing like last week, and then the rain washed it all away
Oh, let's see
a few hours later. But it looks like it was actually white outside again today.
That's good. I like snow. I like it when the snow is like fresh and puffy. That's the best kind of
Yeah.
snow. Okay, one thing I like about the Snowman Caves is that it has that one thing where it just keeps going deeper. So you start at the snowman, and then you go down into like the pit. And then you like go through the caves. And then you find the lab. And then in the lab, there's a larger room that goes down further. And then in that room, there's a big hole that goes all the way down. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit sleepy, so it might be a good time to wrap up. Looks like Abby's falling asleep too.
Yeah, I was
this
thinking
has
that's a good idea. I
this
like
has been
this
really fun
thing.
though. Yeah, I think it's like a tank that has like all the fuel inside.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good place to stop.
Real quick, do you want to see what? Do you want to see what's powering the drill?
Yeah.
Come take a look inside.
It's a single villager on a treadmill.
Well, you gotta take a look inside. Just
Oh.
punch a hole in it.
Oh. I see.
It runs off of concentrated parrot.
That's a
the
bit
parrots
dark.
are well. The parrots aren't harmed in the process. It's like I imagine that the thing is that parrots like because parrots can do like mimicry, right? So what they do is they mimic a plasma, and so they become really like hot and like can move, and they're like a plasma, and then the laser shoots them out, and then they like down at the bottom when they hit the crystal, they rematerialize into a parrot, and they can take the piece back up.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, exactly. Physics. Okay. Thanks for having me, Marty. I had fun.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun.
And that's why there's so many parrots around. It's because after they like hit the bottom, then they become like a solid parrot again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'll catch you next time, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.